Here we've got the 1960s tower, and the extension is this slice here and this, which we call the front gallery, and this we call the design shed. So it's in two very distinct parts.
It's about £700 a square metre to do the refurbishment, and this works out on average about £2,000 a square metre.
So if you average them together.
So overall, it's an average of about 1,300.
£1,300
Yeah.
a square metre of net.
Yeah.
But in total, over our investment, we spent some £350 million from our own resources, no government funding, over the past 8 to 10 years. But a very, very important jewel in the crown for me was always this investment, because it was counterintuitive to do it. And I think it reinstated, I think, the values of art, education and creativity, not just for MMU, but in the city of Manchester.
So we dropped the two-storey building here, we crushed up all the concrete into little bits, and we put it back into the concrete for this building. So there's a kind of, not just environmentally sound thing, but a nice piece of poetry, I felt, that the old building is in the new one.
And of course natural ventilation, using the thermal mass of the concrete, all those things that you'll be familiar with, natural ventilation, the natural lighting and so on.
In arts education, for many years, there's been a huge rhetoric around the interdisciplinary nature of art and design and how the things rub up against each other and how the interesting things occur when you get those overlaps. But what we wanted to do when this project came along was embed it in the curriculum and make it real, not just a rhetoric. So now 25% of our curriculum is cross-disciplinary work. So the brief really that Feilden, Clegg, Bradley were picking up was, give us a building that will encourage this and make this possible.
This was about opening up those boundaries, actually deconstructing the building and encouraging not just to be in an open span place, because actually that's simple, but it's so that when you're working there, you can see what's going on somewhere else, and that's intriguing. And you can see a textile designer working, well actually if I went and sat next to them I'd learn something else. So you create your own working space. So the whole building is about flexibility and transition and permissiveness. And it just works. And actually, I was amazed, because I think within a day of coming into the building, students were creating their own learning environments and defining their own learning.
And this is a nice view down. You get the sense of the tiered studio spaces down to the front gallery space. Yeah. So in exhibition mode, all of this is used as gallery space. And then you then get a nice sequence of stairs coming up through.
And leading off it, sort of seminar rooms.
Seminar rooms, specialist workshops. Yeah. So some of the noisier sort of activities that go on in those spaces.
We're an art and design school, so design doesn't have to cost a fortune. Good design is about good decision making, not about spending money, and that really was a kind of something that we held on to dearly through.
And we felt that really it's helped a lot of the decisions here. You know, the sort of that parameter, not only in terms of costs but also space.